Women over 30 are all of a sudden storming dating apps during a pandemic. During a pandemic, these chicks are storming dating apps, just desperate for male attention. Okay, but beyond that, there's another reason for this. The reason why a lot of these women are storming the dating apps too is because they realize there's a window to their youth and fertility, their ability to have kids, right? They realize that they're not getting any younger and that they have to seal the deal and find their forever man before it is too late. Okay, before it's too late. And the thing about the pandemic, probably one of the only good things about this pandemic, is the fact that women have become more and more desperate for male attention, especially these women over 30. They're like scrambling out there for male attention because you can't go out, right? We're on lockdown. We're on lockdown pretty much everywhere. Everybody's on lockdown. For me, I escaped to Vegas recently just because I didn't want to deal with the lockdowns in California, so I escaped, and I've been out here for pretty much the entire month, escaping the lockdown. Everything here in Vegas is open outside of clubs, but that's fine. I do casino floor game anyway. But I definitely noticed a shift in women just signing up for all these dating apps and just doing whatever they can to bump up their profile, to be a little more submissive in the profile, a little more feminine, big shocker there, in order to get guys to pay attention to them. So they're being a lot more open to you all of a sudden. There's none of these dating profiles where they're like, Mr. If you are not an SJW, if you wear a MAGA hat, if you voted for Trump, don't even mess with it. No, they've removed that off their profile, right? They've removed it because they're like, I need some male attention, and I don't want to eliminate half of the male population that would give me attention that might have voted this way or that way. And I'm just using that as an example, obviously. These women who usually have a laundry list of expectations and requirements for you to follow, these procedures for you to follow before you even message her, all of a sudden have dropped all that shit and are being just a lot more welcoming. Like, oh my gosh, who are you? You're so cute. What do you do for a living? What brings you to this dating app? The studies back this up too, by the way. So there is a study from, there are plenty of studies, but this is the quickest one that I could find because I wanted to shoot this coaching video today. So this is the quickest one I could find. This one is from builtin.com, and this is just more or less talking about how dating apps are growing amid the pandemic. So that's actually the title of this. Dating apps are growing amid the pandemic. Like many tech products, dating apps have done remarkably well during the pandemic. I wonder why. You know why? It's because women are flocking to dating apps right now. Okay, in case you missed it, women are flocking to dating apps. The main two reasons for this is because they're not getting attention from men in the real world anymore because everything's shut down. They're locked up at home. They're going crazy, not getting attention anymore. So they're storming the dating apps for that, to get attention from you. And the second reason they are storming these dating apps is because they realize that they're not getting any younger. That window is quickly closing, their ability to lock down any type of guy. Right? And especially if the girl is in her 30s still, she is especially panicked because she knows her eggs are going to be drying up very soon. So she knows she has a finite window to find a guy, meet him, vet him out, make sure he's the one before she decides to let him impregnate her and put in that 9-month investment towards having a child with this guy. So those are the two reasons these women are storming dating apps all of a sudden. And you'll notice too, like I said, with their profiles on these dating apps, they are being a lot more open, a lot more welcoming towards you than they probably ever would have before. Right? So we're going through a period where this is happening. And I don't know if it'll ever go back. Right? I don't know if it will ever return. So we'll see what happens. But this is saying dating apps have done remarkably well during this pandemic. Match Group, the parent company for 45 dating brands, including Tinder, Hinge, OkCupid, and Match, man, they own all these dating apps, reported an increase in downloads and subscribers from pre-COVID-19 levels in the second quarter of this year, according to an August report in Business Insider. So this one was done, back in August of 2020. So now, we're in 2021. These numbers have probably doubled, maybe even tripled since then. I would not be surprised if these numbers have tripled since then. But basically, they're saying the company saw a 15% increase in new subscribers for the quarter. 15% increase. That's huge. And especially now, because this, like I said, this article was done back in October of 2020, and now fast forward, about 5 months, 6 months later, these numbers I guarantee they've likely tripled and are going to likely quadruple in the near future. So it's probably more like 45% increase now. They're doing phenomenally well. I wish I had a dating app of my own to profit off this, but yeah, they're just kicking ass. And it looks like it just started growing after the lockdown started. So after COVID hit and then they started instituting these lockdowns, they started putting in like a mask mandate. So yeah, it's like, what's the point in getting ready, and doing your makeup and doing your hair and all this if half your face is going to be covered anyway and you're going to be looking like this everywhere. So these women cannot get the same attention that they used to prior to the lockdowns. They can't go to the happy hour anymore. They can't be like running out with their girlfriends and going clubbing on the weekends. And a lot of them can't even go to work right now, right? Most people have had to resort to working from home, working remotely. So they're no longer even around their male coworkers anymore. And they can't get attention from them. So these girls are just like, it's like crack addicts. I'm not getting my attention. And so they storm the dating apps, right? They're storming these dating apps to get male attention. It's almost instinctual. They know that other women are also storming these dating apps. They feel that competition anxiety. They're like, oh, all these other hot girls are on this dating app too. I have to be on my best behavior now. I have to be on my best behavior so I could get some male attention too. Because if I'm not on my best behavior, if I continue to have this bitch shield that I normally have and, to continue to give men all these requirements and act masculine and wear pantsuits, they're not going to want to click on my profile. They're not going to want to message me, so I better be more feminine. All right, what have I told you guys? Women only act as good as they need to, don't they? They only act as good as they need to. So this is the main reason why these women are just storming these dating apps, man. They're just getting desperate. They're panicking. They're worried, especially now with the pandemic. A lot of these chicks just feel like we're never going to come out of this. Oh my gosh, I'm never going to find a guy. My eggs are going to dry up, or I'm just going to get too old by the time we're done with this. If they're saying that it's not going to be over until 2022, I'm going to be turning 53 that year. They're like just freaking out. That is the reason why. A lot of you guys have messaged me too who use dating apps. They're like, Em, I know you don't use dating apps. You're a cold approach pickup artist, but oh my gosh, there are all these women all of a sudden on these dating apps. What's going on? And I told them, I'm like, I am not surprised at all. I'm not surprised, and I was even telling them I'm sure there's even research on this, and because the pandemic only came out this year, there's only so much, or last year I should say, there's only so much research available. Every study and every article that I've found has pointed to the same thing, that it's mostly women over 30. So mostly women over 30, the DG, so don't get too excited, guys. Don't get too excited like, 18-year-old hotties. No, it's mostly women over 30 who are storming these dating apps that are looking for you. Looking for you. Hey, I've got 3 kids out of wedlock, 3 different fathers. I'm still hot. Click on my profile, message me, like my photos, Those are mostly the women on these dating apps, unfortunately. You got lots of single mothers, lots of ball-busting career women. I'm done working corporate America. I want to have family now. I'm only 48. Anyone want to have family with me? Those are most of the women. Damaged goods, career women, ball-busters. just women like that, you know. So you're not going to really find too many gems on these dating apps. But it is funny how they are just storming, storming these apps like Tinder, Bumble, OkCupid, Hinge, you name it. Match. That's probably one of the longest running ones, right? Is Match. But yeah, sad and crazy stuff all at once. You know, girls, you wouldn't have to be storming these dating apps if you just settled down in your 20s, right? If these chicks just settled in their 20s, took my advice, cashed in their chips while they're at the peak of their sexual marketplace value, guess what? They would be at home with their family, or they would be running off with their husband and family to some vacation where it's not locked down. They would run off to like Mexico or something like that. But instead, here they are, stuck at home, working remotely, can't go to happy hour for attention, can't go to the clubs for attention, can't even go to the shopping mall for attention because everybody's wearing masks. So now they're storming the dating apps going, look at me, I still got the goods. Damaged, but I still got the goods. In any case, feel free to drop your comments below, guys. Let me know, especially if you are on these dating apps, if you have noticed a dramatic increase in the amount of single mothers and DGs on these dating apps suddenly appear out of nowhere during the pandemic, right? Go ahead and drop your comments below. Let me know what you've seen out there, any funny profiles or any super entitled narcissistic profiles. Feel free to drop them below, especially if these chicks are over 30, right? Feel free to drop them below, and I love to read your stories. I love to read your comments. This is M from the 33 Secrets. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Go ahead and smash it right now. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so that you're notified not only whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on YouTube, but also whenever I live stream on YouTube. Okay? That's why you want to make sure you're notified, because whenever I live stream, I don't really announce it, I just go live. So if you're notified, you'll find out right away. You'll get on your cell phone like, M is going live, baby. I got to jump on. And then you'll get to ask questions. So make sure you hit the notification bell as well. And obviously, make sure you subscribe to my channel. It helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. Obviously, they don't like promoting this type of content. They just don't. So I need your help by subscribing to my channel. It helps me out a ton, and I would very much appreciate it. And for you guys who want to support all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content that I am teaching you even further, the best way to do that is by jumping into my monthly online coaching program, 7 Months to Mastery, where I am teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s under the age of 30. 8s, 9s, and 10s, the hottest and most attractive looking women out there. Same type of women that myself and all of my coaching students all around the world now are out there approaching, closing every single week. And I kid you not, every single week we make this happen regardless of what virus is going on, any racial division, any new president coming into the White House, right? We are making things happen, and we're continuing to grind and live our lives and pick up the hottest women out there. And this is the absolute best way to support my work. And right now, the first month is only $1 for the entire first month of coaching lesson from me. So take advantage of it. This is $1 for the entire first month. And all you need to do, real easy to get signed up, just click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video. Peace. I'm out. Just like a rap video.